Hey YouTube! Today we are doing something a bit different and a new kind of content on the channel, talking about retro games and old consoles, but we are starting with something kinda new. Being a major Nintendo 64 fan and collector, I decided to go ahead and invest in the Analogue 3D. We'll be doing a quick unboxing, going through my experience with the console, taking a look at some gameplay, and we are doing a final comparison against the original Nintendo 64 with an upscaler. I can already say the box looks really nice and there's some great attention to detail here. And opening the box up, we have the console, the plug adapter, the HDMI cable, and the USB-C cable for powering the console. Kudos for the sustainable packing that the company went with. Pretty much just the plastic wrapping that was protecting the box, but everything else is recyclable. Still inside the box, we have a few extras, with some stickers, a quick start guide QR code, and a 2-pack cart cleaners. I have already used these and I need to get some more. The console itself has a great design, just updating the original Nintendo 64 look to a more modern and sleek aesthetic. It has the power button, the reset button, and the cartridge slot with dust cover as well. Feels very much like the original console so far. On the bottom of the console, we have a well-finished rubber base. I really like what they did here, it's a very nice touch. And in the back, we have the power input, 2 USB-A ports, the HDMI out, and the SD card with the system firmware, which we will talk about in a minute. And as soon as I received the console, I couldn't wait to try it out. Only to be met with nothing. I tried a different HDMI cable, nothing. I tried a different USB-C cable, nothing. Since I was getting nowhere, I needed to see what was happening under the hoods. So I went ahead with a firmware update and put the console on external drive mode. And after I did that, I finally understood why I had the issue. My SD card was simply blank. There was nothing. So I reached out to Analogue support because I wasn't sure a simple update would do the trick. The support was quick and the update solved my issue. But the fact that the console didn't come plug and play is a major flaw and I expected much better from them. Having the option to do the update isn't the issue, but you gotta have some version of the firmware already installed on your system when a unit ships out to your customer. Maybe I got a bad apple, who knows, but still really bad QC on Analogue's part. Now that everything is working properly, let's get down to business. Analogue has a clean, minimalistic retro vibe to their consoles, and I really like this concept for this kind of product. You don't need much, just a few and quick options for you to customize your experience. For the global settings, not much to say besides you can choose your resolution, activate HDR, and update your firmware. You can also find the user guide and hotkeys configuration under the support tab. On the main screen, you'll have all the games you inserted listed here. At first, I thought the console was actually dumping my games into the SD card or the system memory, but actually, it's just creating a database of your collection. For the configuration of each game, the thing that deserves more attention are the display modes. You have 5 options here. Clean, which is pretty much raw output without any filters. Scan lines, which overlays the natural horizontal lines that CRT TVs display on screen. CRT, which mimics the consumer level TVs we had at the time. BVM, standing for Broadcast Video Monitor, a professional-grade Sony monitor used on TV studios and post-production houses. And last but not least, PVM, or Professional Video Monitor, a less expensive model of the BVM. For all these display modes, you can pick and choose whatever you prefer. The CRT filter is always my go-to on emulation, but I actually found myself using the BVM filter more frequently with the Analogue. The games looks astonishing with these, and you can do some tweaks to each preset. And of course, you also have some hardware settings where you can activate the expansion pack emulation, adjust deep blur, turn off anti-aliasing, and what I think is the most interesting option of them all, overclocking. This is actually a really cool option for a few games that had slowdowns on original hardware, but here, you can have full speed during gameplay. And of course, if your nostalgia is stronger and you wish to experience the games as they were, you can force original hardware here as well. Now let's move over to gameplay, which we'll be doing something different. I'll actually be showing different games played on both the Analogue and original Nintendo 64, but the OG will have some backup. We will be using the RetroTink 2X upscaler, which only goes to 480p unfortunately, but we'll be setting the Analogue to 1080p for a more fair comparison. And different from other videos, I won't be chatty during the gameplay, and you can just enjoy the comparisons. starting now. And just to give you a little taste of what the Analogue 3D can do, here's some gameplay in 4K glory.
Brazil are playing from left to right. He's holding on for an opening. He's going all the way forward. He's hit it first time. Yes, a fantastic reflex save. The ball is passed on. He's looking for the break. He passes it back. Forward. Brazil intercept the ball. A number of opportunities are available. It's a constant battle for possession. A valiant attempt, but thwarted. Pass. And...
If we're being honest, it's hardly a fair comparison between a native digital signal output and an upscaled analog signal passing through the RetroTink. Even though the original Nintendo 64 will offer you 100% compatibility with every game and also a more authentic experience, the Analogue does have quite a few things going for it. Current support and updates from the company, it is nearly 100% compatible with the Nintendo 64 library, at least the games that I tested here ran great. It is region-free, which means you can play any North American, Japanese or European cartridges. It has great filters to add the retro look on the 4K video outputs, a very nice and simple UI for the game collection, and great options to make your experience as good as possible, and as authentic as it can be. It comes down to how much you want an original Nintendo 64 experience, and of course, pricing. A more fair comparison would be the RetroTink 5X, which can upscale your games up to 1440p and would be the direct competition to the Analogue 3D. But it would also be more expensive than what I paid for the console between hardware, shipping, and custom duties. In the end, you'll be the judge of what is best for your use case. But besides the initial hiccup with the blank SD card, everything else has been a good experience and overall I'm happy with my purchase. I really hope you all enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already and turn on the notifications button if you want to see more content like this. It would be much appreciated and help this channel grow. Leave a thumbs up if you found this video awesome or a thumbs down if it wasn't that great. Let us know your thoughts on the comment and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers!